one of those people.
I'm so sorry. Hi.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Whole Division podcast. This is season 2, episode. Milan, what episode is it? 2 is episode 2. Now, just so you know, before we went live, we actually do a double check to work out what episode it was. And bearing in mind, it's only 2 weeks in, but we had to double check with Milan to make sure she knew what episode it was. And it's only the second one in. So just want to get that out of there, right? So, as always, first of all, we are joined by the Whole Division podcast team. Let me introduce them one by one. As you see, everyone's here this week. I can't believe it. I must do lottery this weekend. So, first of all, we are joined by the Whole Division podcast First Lady, Miss Chitty. Miss Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Namaste. Fuck off. That's how I feel today. Fuck off.
What a way to start our podcast. Someone swearing at you, telling you to piss off and fuck off. We are joined by our very own band to bring on Miss Milan, Miss Billy Rock.
I'm on the same energy as Chids today. That's not even a joke. That's not even rehearsed. Literally, the day I've had.
We are joined by a man from another time zone, Mr. Carl. How are you doing?
I'm not awake yet, but yeah, let's go with it.
Carl, I mean, you might as well just do it. Carl, we're here. 2 out of 2, make it 3 out of 3. Go on, do it, Carl. Do it.
Fuck you all.
We got our young lady looking like Miss Erica Badu today. That's Miss Cher.
Hi guys.
Yeah, don't let the team down now. Come on, Cher. You might as well do it as well. We're all doing it today.
Do what? Fuck
Wow.
off.
Yeah, there we go. We're joined by a young lady that's about to rob a bank or something. First, she came in like that construction outfit, like she's about to do some role play. Now she's going to rob a bank. That's, of course, Miss K. There we go. For a minute, I was a bit worried. That's what K's let the team down. And, of course, myself, DJ Sticky Fingers, right? Well, there we go, antisocial. Love it. And, you know, as you've all done it, I might as well too, innit? Back off. Right, so this week, other than all the swearing, this week, what 3 topics this week, right? So, first topic is, I don't even know who's going first on this first topic, by the way. We didn't discuss that. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Does music influence a person's behavior and actions? First one, right? Second one, little white lies when dating. I mean, yeah, I like the idea of that one. And lastly, should the next Spider-Man be black? Pause. So, first topic, does music influence a person's behavior and actions? Kate, I'm coming to you first. What do you think?
Like from a psychological standpoint, it's meant to be no. They've actually done studies into that. It's like, do you know when kids play like games and stuff with violence in? Apparently, from the research perspective, it does not affect. Does it affect me? Like, if I'm having a bad day, like, I'll put on some music that I know is going to, like, kind of, like, kick me out of that mood. Like, something that I can, like, kind of scream along to that's going to make me feel powerful and, like, kind of, like, sort my head out a bit. So, yeah, I definitely think that, like, it can influence people to act in certain ways. And, like, if you're listening to sad music all the time, you're probably going to feel pretty sad. So I'm sure it works if you listen to, like, happy music all the time. You're probably going to feel pretty good too. So, like, for me personally, I get a lot of, like, I can either take myself way down into sadness with music, or I can use it to, like, elevate my mood. So yeah, that's how it is for me.
Okay, fair enough. I can't really argue with that. You're right. Sometimes when you're sad, you put on sad songs or songs that make you feel uplifted. Shay, what's your views on it? Does music influence a person's behavior and action? So think about some drill music, some gigs, talking the hardest, Heady One. I don't know. I'm trying to think of all these people that young people listen to. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Loki, or what his name is, Lowski. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it does to an extent. I think it depends on your mindset, your lifestyle, and having a good balance as well, because Like I could listen to Future, but I'm not gonna go out and start popping Molly and sipping lean because that's not me. But I can listen to it. Do you know what I mean? No, I can balance it out with other music as well. But some people don't know how to balance it, or they might not have the mindset where they know how to separate themselves from the music as well. So there might be certain people who are listening to like drill all the time, and then they're thinking about the stuff in the music as well. So yeah, I think it just depends, really.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Carball, I know you are obviously in sunny Australia and you've got a very eclectic taste in music, but before we came live, I heard you playing, actually I forgot what song you were playing. I think you were playing
Monica.
Actually, I can't remember.
Before you walk
Monica,
my life.
there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Singing away, and I must say that Carl has a terrible voice. But anyway, we won't go there. So Carl, what's your views?
Well, I don't know what study Kaylee was reading, but that's bullshit. Like, I know, well, if you go on a Friday feeling and I put on some like funky house and stuff, put you in a certain mood to go certain places. You got your morning songs. The other week, I had some friends over and I had on the 90s mix, and it put me straight back in my teen years. So 100% music, 100% inspires your moods, where you're going to go with your nights. Definitely agree with, if you listen to sad shit all the time, it's going to pull your mood right down. So yeah, whoever did this study, they want to get the money back because they spent way too much on bullshit there. But yeah, music is 100% a feel-good thing. It can alter your mood. It can alter your perspective. It can inspire you. Music gives you every part that you need to go forward with your day. I'm a massive believer in that.
Okay, with that being said, though, could you listen to some like angry music, for example, and still be in a good mood?
I don't tend to listen to angry music unless I'm a bit pissed. I think I've got to be a little bit pissed off with something, and then I might listen to, like, I don't know, Offspring or some shit like that. I don't know. It's got to have something a bit grungy if I'm a bit annoyed. But then after that, after a couple of songs, I'm like, okay, right, let's get over that now. But yeah, not really. If I'm in a good place, do I listen to it?
Can I point something out, right? You know when you said Offspring, right?
Yeah.
Cher's face didn't
it's
move.
A bit thrashy.
Wait. Cher's face didn't move. Chili's face didn't move. Milan's face didn't move. I don't know who the hell Offspring are, but Kaylee, on the other hand, was like, yeah, I know Offspring.
Alternative in
90s rock bands.
I do get it, though. Like, the point of the studies that I mentioned was, like, does it incite you to go and do the things that are done in video games? So if you listen to a song about, like, I don't know, shooting people and smacking women or something, would it make you want to act in a certain way? I think that's
depends how much crack you're smoking as well.
Oh,
Why crack? Oh, I'm done.
Right, so before I come to Chids, right, DJ Empress says greetings. Peely 85 says hey Kim. DJ Empress says hey Peely. Everyone's saying hey to each other. Peely 85 says I agree with Kate and Shem. Depends on your mindset too. And Heavenly Healing Waters saying some love heart emojis. Probably to Sticky, I think. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm going to throw it out there. That it's Sticky, right? So Chids, I'll come to you next. What's your views on this one?
I definitely believe that music influences your mood because see with me, yeah, I'm not a morning person, but it just depends on what I'm getting up for. So if I know I can get up and the day's mine and I can just take my time and whatever, then I'm calm. But if I gotta get up to go to a workplace now, that shit just pisses me off and I don't want to do it. So so someone got close to me, they do music, innit? So one of their songs is quite like gives you that boost kind of thing to get up and go. So I've set that song as my alarm. So now when my alarm goes off to go work, I'm like, you know what? I'm pissed off no more. I'm proper happy. It just puts me in that mood and it just sets the tone for the morning. I wouldn't say the day, because I work in the nursery. It's nothing to do with the children. It's the adults that get on my nerves. But it's just, it sets that tone for the morning kind of thing. Definitely influences like the way that you act, the way you are. Like when I'm driving around or whatever, playing certain types of music, little bit of drill, little bit of, I think I'm bad. Like I do think I am bad when I'm playing those kind of things. It makes me drive faster. Do you get me? It does change. Like if I'm listening to Vibes Cartel, do you get me? Touch your rope and I'm a little like into the bonus, a little bit. Listen, I think I am bad, yeah. And the only thing I don't do is pull out a gun and put it out the window. Do you get me? But it does influence you. And then, like, you know, if I listen to songs that are quite emotional, especially the lyrics as well, the lyrics sometimes they can touch you in it. So you're like, oh my God, and it is heartfelt, you know. And with me, because I'm driven by music, certain like frequencies in music and stuff, they can kind of make me cry sometimes. Like just on cue as well, I might listen to a certain frequency, might cry, or I can be happy. It definitely influences you. The reason why this topic came up was because, put a bit of context to it, is that I saw a post and it said that when a certain like group of people go to court for an offence or whatever, something that they've done, they are going to be taking like drill music. They're not using it as evidence anymore. I did not know. Do you know, so if somebody say like I was like a crime artist or something now and I committed a crime, they would use me doing grime music as evidence in court. So they're saying because I do that type of music, it influences the way in whatever crime I've done. That's why that did you hear that though? Did you hear that? Listen, there's psychopaths out there who have chopped up people's bodies, chopped up babies and all sorts, and they listen to classical music.
I was just about to say listening to Mozart whilst they're doing
listening to Mozart whilst they're chopping up people. So like, yeah, I was just like, oh my God, that's insane. But yeah, I'll leave that there. But music definitely does influence what you do.
Don't be chopping up no one, okay? And keep it as the Vibes Cartel as well. Yeah, he's the world boss. I know who Vibes Cartel is. I don't know who Offspring are. But anyway, Milan, it's Billy Rock. Sorry, Carl. What's your views on this one? Does music influence a person's behaviour and actions? Actually, before you answer that question, right? So I'm sorry, apologies. I should have said, right? I know, I apologize as well. Someone said to me once, right? I want Milan to answer this almost. Someone said to me, a song is a film in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So you think about a film, so a film is an hour and a half, 2 hours long. A song is a film in 3.5 minutes. Now, it's only 3.5 minutes, but listen to that same song for 2 hours over and over. Would it change your views like a film would? So, sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you, but I wanted to kind of give you that thought as you give me your views.
I don't know if a film has ever... No, I mean, I don't know. Music, on the other hand, like, I think like music, because you feel it, and I don't just mean like you feel the bass, do you know what I mean? But like you feel it, like, I know if I'm angry, I'm definitely playing some angry shit. Who?
Fact.
Oh, fact. I thought you said a person. I was thinking, I don't know who that is, but yeah, I play them. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, go listen to them on iTunes. So I play angry music if I'm sad. Like literally, if you certain times you can tell my mood by my music. There were times when I'm having like a little schizo moment, and it will be like from Bashment to like I don't know, like some Britney Spears or something to like Justin Bieber. Back to like I don't know, like the on hold music, just because like the other day, do you know what was in my head? The like Little Einstein's song was in my head the whole day. And I'm not even talking about like just the morning. No. Like I was in school walking to in the rhythm, like and my son's like, why is that song in your head? I said, I don't know. And when I picked him up from school, I was still humming the same thing. He was like, Mum, that's the same song. I said, yeah. He goes, you've been singing it all day. Yes, hon. Don't know why it was there, it just was. But songs definitely put you in the mood. And I feel like some songs as well, you know, like you like listened to it and it hits like, shit, that's me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there were some songs you listen to and you're like, oh my God, they literally just put my whole, not your whole life, but your whole situation that's going on at that time. They just said it, like they get it. And you're like, oh, high five to the air. Like, yeah, cool, sweet. Making me kill someone, I mean, no. But it definitely makes me like walk different or like drive different. You know, like if I've got like bashment on or if I've got like a drill on, I am driving like a mad woman. But you see, when I got some little I'm driving to the speed limit. I'm even doing under the speed limit because I just want to enjoy the song and, you know, have the windows down and the wind in my hair. Do you know what I mean? But
Agreed.
It's shady.
I love Bilal.
No, I agree. Peely85 says that's crazy, but I'm not surprised. Talking about what Chidi was saying regards to the drill music. You know what? I'm going to give my views on this one, right? So, as you guys were talking, I agree with you all. And something I was thinking, you know, back in the day, right, when I was a younger man, okay?
Way back.
Exactly, way back. And I'd be like, talk about music and your mood. I'd be going to meet a young lady and I'd be listening to like Joe, you know what I mean? I'd be like, table for two, me and you. Yeah, I'll be like, I'm taking you from the bed to the wall. I'm saying, I'll be in that mood, and I'll be like, yes, this is my guy. I'm going over there, the nice John Paul Gaultier aftershave on. You know what I mean? That's.
You was in the fucking blue jeans those days. You was still a virgin, blue jeans. Like, yeah.
Trust me, it's not even a lie. That's not even a lie.
Didn't go there with a Gaultier then, did you?
It was ever that old, the Versace blue jeans. Maybe Milan's right. The Versace blue jeans. Trust me.
Blue jeans, and then you're not even touching the go. You just go to a park, sit on the same bench, and you're just like trying to share the shirt. Like, do you want some shirts? Do you want? Nope.
Or do you remember having like the earphones? That one would have the earphone in one ear, then one would have the earphone in the other ear. Oh, mate. Anyway, speaking of that,
quick question before we move on.
You go on.
Give me a drill artist, because there's no drill or whatever this shit called over here. I've been here for 7 years, and who is an artist?
Bigger D.
They're like a group.
Bigger D. I fucking hate him.
Should send me something later so I can listen to the fuckwords.
I can't cope with his face. I like hearers and I like his music or whatever, but I can't cope with his face. His face is me off. Cher knows. Cher, I guess you'll understand, don't I? I'm like, it's fucking
yeah, she can't stand him. So.
Oh, you need to speak to Cher about that one. Cher knows about the drill stuff. Chids is talks about Erykah Badu.
I don't really listen to drill.
And whoever else, and you know, I don't know, Jill Scott and all these people. Go to Cher, go to Milan.
I don't really listen to drill music. I know like a couple songs, but
that's more than what the rest of us know.
I don't like drill music really.
I don't listen to drill music. Like I don't know. What is it?
They're just talking about all the killings they've done. Everyone they've put in a split. So. Yeah.
I think it influences people's behaviour, like on their actions, like you know, like in regards to committing a crime and stuff and all that. I don't think. Surely you can't. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be a little bit.
But some of them are actually baiting out their crimes in this music as well.
In their songs, yeah, they're done.
That's why they take them to court and they use it as evidence because I put.
Actually, I'm not involved.
See, Cher is doing the classic no face, no case. Yeah, no face, no case. Anyway, moving on. Next topic, right, is little white lies when dating. Oh, little white. What do we cast? Wait, she's going first. She's waving her hands. She's going first. What's considered a little white lie when dating?
Do you know what? Do you know, like, to me, right, a little white lie is what I don't understand. My friend does this all the time, yeah. So if she's dating somebody new, whatever they like, she loves. And she's like, oh my God. So if they're into like basketball, she's like, oh my God, I love basketball. Basketball's amazing. But then she'll literally text you and say, do me a favor, find me some information on this because my guy's into this. And for me to get what I want from him, I'm going to need to know about what he likes so I can talk about it. So she gets other people to do the research for her. You're there sending her pointers and stuff. And she's like looking at them going, oh my God, that basketball player, amazing. Oh my God, did you see that? And like, she'll say, oh, send me, like if they're watching something, she'll be like, send me some terms that they say in basketball so I can say it. But I'm like, you got to know the context to say. She's like, fuck all that. As long as I say the words, he ain't going to really get... Like, he's going to know you're lying. So she always lies about, like, whatever they like, she loves, absolutely loves. And it just fucking irritates me. I'm like, why is she probably going to watch it? I don't care. Stop lying. Stop lying. That's why your relationships don't last.
Sanchez, tell me, what would be the point in that? I don't even see why you would even do so. Basketball's your thing. I don't know. Sex of the City's mine. You know.
Yeah. Can you like teach me some stuff about basketball?
Exactly.
Like, why do you like basketball so much? Like,
and you're gonna have more. Like at the end of the day, if they're gonna teach it to you or give you insight into whatever it's about, then surely that would make for better conversation because you don't know anything about it and they can teach you. So that's more time talking and getting to know or whatever.
Yeah, because you'd be like, oh my God, like, this is my favourite player. Like, oh, right, at this bit, this is what they're doing. Like, they're doing this. Because if somebody, like, if you're telling someone something that you're passionate about, like, you get all excited. So you'd probably enjoy it more if she was just like, oh, I don't really know much about that. Can you tell
me? All the time.
How?
And she'll sit there and she'll go, oh, this, like, she'll sit through. She told this one guy that she absolutely loves football. She fucking hates football, but she told him she loves football, and she was like, sat through a whole match, and he was like, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm just tired, but she was bored. She didn't know what was going on, but she tells those kind of lies, like, and she'll lie about the most ridiculous things. It's silly things she doesn't need to lie about. That's what actually inspired this topic, of the little white lies. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. DJ Empress is laughing, PD's laughing. P85 says that's a lot of energy to keep up. Do you know what, right? My family's Jamaican, we'll say that's general behaviour, right? If you know what I mean when I say general, that is typical general behaviour. Shea, I'm coming to you next. What's your views on this one? Little white lies. I mean, what would you class as a little white lie in a relationship? What's okay? What's a little white lie is okay?
Okay, I don't think any lies are okay. But I think most humans do have little white lies, so I just think hiding stupidness that I'm not even gonna get upset about, but you're hiding it for no reason. Like, make it make sense. Do you know what I mean? I think when people are just going out of their way to lie to get their own way, for me, that's like a no.
I like what? Give me an example.
Just lying, like, about who they are or what they do or even how much money they have. They might even be like, oh yeah, I've got all this money, but I'm not even interested in your money, but you're telling me you've got all this money for no reason.
But is that a little white lie or is that a big lie?
Yeah, I guess it is a big lie.
Fair enough. So what are little white lies then? I need to know the little white lies, the ones that are just okay-ish kind of.
Little white lies. Okay, so I'm going to do it from this perspective. I think this is a little white lie just because of the fact that it's not a big deal, innit? But lying about where you work, saying you work at one place, but you actually work at another place, but because it's like a job that you're embarrassed about, then you're like lying about that. I think that's a little white lie because that stuff doesn't bother me. But to some people, they're like, oh, I don't want to look like I work here, but it doesn't even matter to me.
You know, I can concur with that one because I don't tell people I work sometimes. You see, when I leave the supermarket, right, my coat comes up, zip it up over the labels. DJ Impress says, I agree with Shem. And DJ Impress also says age. Age is a little white lie. I don't know if it's a little white or a big lie. I'm not
and
sure
height as well.
Oh, height. Sticky lies all the time. He says how he's like.
Well, yeah, he said he was at 5'5", isn't it?
6 foot.
I went on a date with a guy who said that he was 5'9". Cool. You don't have to be 6 foot. That's totally fine. But when I turn up and I'm like 5'6", 5'7", and I'm taller than you, there is a problem here. Like, you're about 5 foot. Just don't lie. Even if you would have said, I might have still come anyway. Like, we gotta respect our small kings, but like, just don't have me coming expecting that you're gonna be like 2 inches taller than me and you're actually 2 inches shorter than me. Like, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate she just said we gotta respect our small kings? I've had enough.
Oh my God.
Ginny's done for the night. That's the podcast done. See you next week.
Okay, she said small kings.
I'm not heightist, but just be fucking honest. Like, tell the truth. Like, why are you lying for? Like, it's just gonna end up in disappointment for you. Like, because most women won't even speak to a guy if he's less than 6 foot, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, really? Especially when it's girls who are like 5'1", and I'm just like, no. Like, this gotta stop. It really has to stop. Like, surely it should be more about, like, how a person treats you. But, yeah,
no, but
I don't...
sometimes with height comes energy in it.
I'm sorry. What? We can't compare about height. Are you alright?
No, with height comes energy, though, in it, Mills. Like, you're going to be like a 5'4" man.
Yeah,
I don't mind me. I'm 3.5, so I don't mind.
Kings over 6 foot. Lords are short, okay? Little, like Lord Farquhar, whatever his name is. That's what they are. They're not kings, okay?
That's no
because it's not my time to talk.
Big up you short kings out there. Nah, man, you can't be heightish. You gotta be respect your small kings. You gotta respect them. Love.
You know what? That is a conversation for another day. We've had that conversation before. We're gonna have it again. I keep telling you women, specifically you women, there's nothing wrong with dating a shorter guy. Anyway, DJ Empress says men saying their feet are size 12, but it's a 9. I'm coming to you next, by the way. Peely85 says someone that I knew told me their name was one thing, and that everyone called him that, but it wasn't true.
Yeah,
so
why
lying about your name.
Do that? Ness men do that as well. That's weird to me. I don't get that. You're weird.
That's strange.
I mean, I can't, say that I've never done so in my life before. But anyways,
like,
whole other story.
Sticky's real name is Winston, but he tells everyone his name's Derek. Like, I don't get it.
Winston.
Is that legit?
Winston.
Like, because Sticky would never tell me his name. Have you
Winston?
Sticky?
Sticky's name. I will give them £20 if you can tell me Sticky's name. Yeah.
So, Carl,
Winston. I'm done.
On to you, Carl. Yeah. Little white lies in a relationship. What would you class as a little white lie?
I mean, if you're going on the job thing when Shay was talking about earlier, I think that's actually total bullshit. So that's not just a white lie. That's a bigger lie, because then what if you go to that job and they're not there? They've just totally fucking lied. So what else you're hiding? So I think that's more of a bigger lie, personally. And I just don't quite understand, like, putting down stats on profiles and all this shit, and then you arrive, you're not there. That's a different person. That's not a white lie. That's you've just described your own self in third person as a different person. That's fucked up. That's psychotic. Personally, that's what I think. What's a white lie? I don't know. Maybe
I'm on my way home.
Try and impress. No, yeah, or like, I just ordered a PS5. No, you didn't, cunt. You ain't getting it until like next year. I don't know. That's when you bend the truth slightly. I think that's more of a white lie. I don't know. It depends on the case you're referring to versus.
Because
I
like
think
white
people
lies
just lie
attack.
for no reason. They just
Yeah.
lie for literally no reason.
Yeah.
Just to talk, innit? Just to chat shit. Like, yeah, I do this or I do that. No, you do not. Like, stop lying.
Like the point
Like
of
I
a
can't
white
turn
lie.
around and say I got brown eyes. They're blue. Like that's
Don't lie,
a
you got
total
contact.
lie. It's not a white lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be
I-
done
I-
in like kindness, like the kind of like saving someone's feelings a little bit. Like if you don't have to be harsh, but you're not just gonna like be like, oh, I work at Wall Street. I work at Wall Street. You'll find me on Wall Street, and it's just like what? You're gonna get caught out at some point, like telling that's not a white lie, that's just full on. Like, fair enough if you don't want to tell someone when you first meet them specifically what you do, like that's fair enough, because I wouldn't want someone turning up to my workplace after they've met me like once. That's a bit weird, but I just like what is the point? Like I just don't, just be honest with people. Just be honest. Like you should like be able to be honest with people that you're in relationships with. Like communication is key, and honesty is the like main pillar of communicating with other people. So just don't lie. Don't tell lies.
Can't deny that. Before I come to Milan, as I said to you, right, I'm lying all the time. People ask me where I work.
Hi, Winston.
As soon as exactly Winston's DJ Empress says Percy Fingers. See when I leave work, I'm leaving the supermarket. Firstly, when I'm in the supermarket, I'm ducking down. If I'm looking down and I think I might see someone I might know, I'm going to the next aisle, right? And you see when I leave, my coat's going on, I'm zipping it up. You can't see no badges, where the labels of where I work. I should all take it off. That's what I should even do from now. Just take it off and walk out half naked. But anyway.
Where do you work? Greg.
Might as well be. Milan, Millie Rock, little white lies in relationships. Okay, not okay?
I mean, they're not okay, obviously, because they're just dumb lies, you know? Like, I don't know, for me, like, now I'm not saying, you know, that I want my husband to be like a fucking hoe or a slut, but you know, like lying about how many people you've like slept with, lying about the last time you had sex, like, do you think I care? Like, if you had sex yesterday, you're on a date with me today. I mean, as long as you've had a shower, cool. Like, yesterday, I wasn't on a date with you yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so what? Lying about, like, I don't even know. You know, like, some people, like, get excited about, like, knowing certain people, and then it turns out that they just, like, know of them, or they've got a friend with a friend with a friend who knows that person, but they're all like, oh, yeah, that's my good friend. It turns out that, no, you're not. Why did you lie about that? Like, do you think I'm now like, oh my god, like, you know, I don't really give a shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't care. So I think little white lies depend on, I think it's a little white lies period are just whatever, but I feel like depending on your person, like me, I don't really give a shit how many people that you slept with, because that was then and this is now. Do you know what I mean? It's now we're dating or we're together or whatever the question was. If you're now continuing to now fuck other people, okay, cool, that's going to be a problem. But you know, like from what you did last year, I don't give a shit. I don't care, because it's none of my business. I wasn't there. I didn't like know you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think like lying about things like that, lying about like a past relationship, saying like, oh, I was with Rebecca. No, I wasn't like with her. I was, we were just like linking and she got the wrong end of the stick. Turns out that's your baby mum and you were together for 10 years and was engaged and lived in a house together. Why are you lying? Like, that was then. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're not seeing her now, then I don't give a shit. So all things like that, I think, is just unnecessary. And in the long run, a little white lie, some of them can be like, I mean, the job one, I think I can, like me personally, I can find that hilarious. Like, say I found out a couple of like months down the line, or like a year down the line, I'll probably find that like funny. But there was some white lies where it starts off as a white lie, and then because of what it is, they got to keep adding to it, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then like 6 years down the line, boom, it drops, and you're like, wait, the fuck? Where you're like, hold on, if you would have just told me in the beginning, then it wouldn't have been a problem. But now it's a big issue because you lied. Like, you've genuinely gone on for this long and lied. Do you know what I mean? Like, a white lie, you should be able to laugh about it. Like, be told in a couple of months and laugh about it, because it was like, oh my God, I only told you that to get with you. Do you know what I mean? After you've now cemented yourself in a relationship, and then it comes around from somebody else, because it always comes out in the end. Do you know what I mean? And that's a piss take. My white lie is definitely, give me 5 minutes and I'll be ready. I ain't even home yet.
Yeah, we know she's lying. You know what? Somebody told me. Well, they didn't tell me a white lie. They just kept something from me, and then they were like, "You know what? I got to tell you something." So I was like, "Oh, okay then." And then they just smiled. So I was like, "Am I missing something?" And then they were like, "No," like, and then they smiled again and pointed to their mouth. And I was like, "What?" And then he took his front tooth out, and I was like, "Oh." And he was like, "So it's not."
You didn't even realise it, and it's something to laugh about. Like, I swear that I got front tooth.
And we always laughed about it. Like, do you get me? It was like but yeah.
I would be trying to get a Malteser and trying to throw it and trying to knock it out, like, getting him to drink water and be like,
and go like
if
that.
If somebody pulled their tooth out, I would fucking throw up. Do you know when a kid wobbles their tooth in front of me? I would uppercut the motherfucker. It makes me gag.
I accidentally flushed it one time because he wrapped it in tissue. It's my daughter's father. We don't care about him. We do not care. Oh. But he wrapped it in tissue and left it on the side in the bathroom. What the fuck does that mean to in the person I am? It was leaving tissue on the side. I just dashed it in the side and flushed it. Yeah, and he was like, "Did you flush?" I was like, "Yes." We never had to do for like 2 weeks.
On that, hold on. You know, Milan, I agree with what you're saying. There's some points you're saying there, I totally agree with. That little white lies that turn into big lies. It's like, why did you even lie about that in the first place? It was so pointless. I hate those pointless ones. DJ Empress says, what about your close friends telling white lies?
Oh, my friends chat shit all the time. So
it's not just dating.
I think that's part and parcel of a bloody friendship. You know, and there's always that one that you know, as soon as they open their mouth, you're like,
"Oh, you're lying. Shut up." You know, when you look at them, you're like, "You're lying. I don't even listen to what they're saying. Shut up. You're lying."
Do you know, I have to second what Milan said as well. You know, like when someone says to you, "Where are you?" Right? So back in the day, mainly, not so much now. If someone says to me, "Where are you?" Right? Believe you me, I'm not telling you where I am. I'm telling you where you further along. So, for example, if I'm going from south to north, right? And I should be like in West End by now, halfway there. And you say to me, "Where are you?" And I'm still in, I don't know, I'm still in Brixton. Wow. I'm telling you further along. I'm like, right, I'm almost at West End. You know what I mean? I'm almost there. This time I know full well I ain't nowhere near there. You know what I mean? That's the one.
No, you told us, I'm in the car park. 20 minutes later, we're still like, is this guy coming or not?
I was in the car park. The car park. So guys, does it?
A lie, a two lie.
He didn't specify what car park he was in.
That's a good point.
He was car park when he was moving the bloody van. That's where
exactly, it was that car park as well. So before we go into the Arts Millie, right? I may explain myself this. We all went out. Most of us went out, and I was like, I'm going to the car park. And then when I turned to the car park originally, right, it said £35. I said, "I like you guys, but I don't like you guys that much to pay £35 for a car park, okay? I'm going to go find somewhere else." I went around, came back again. I was like to the guy, "Look, bro, how much is it to park in here?" He goes, "Oh, it's only like £9. I was like, "You know what? That's fine with me. I'll take it." But the car park was far from the restaurant, not far to walk. It was about 30 miles of walking, but it took me like 2 hours to get there.
What did you walk across the whole of London? You basically did the London Marathon still.
Basically, my feet were so sore by the time I got there. And they were like, "Particularly why you're so late?" I'm like, "You know how far the car park is?" Anyway, Chids. Now, if you don't know, we have a section we call Ask Millie, right? This is where Chids gives a story to Milan and to find out what she would do. And then we're going to ask it to the others as well. So, Chids, you ready for the Ask Millie? Oh, wait, before you do, hold on. DJ Empress says your white lie, Sticky, was you saying you paid a deposit. Now, again, context.
Yes! Oh my God, yes!
Yeah, context, right? So, for those who don't know, we were going out for Christmas. I was like, so Millie, she chose a place in the O2 in London, in Greenwich. So I was like, okay, look, you've chosen the place. Tell you what I'll do. I'll do the thing and I'll go and make the reservation, right? Now, keeping in mind, anytime there's a group of you going out, there's going to be some casualties. When I say casualties, people who drop out. So I said to everyone, I've booked it, which I had done. I called them to pay for a deposit, and they're like, oh, no, wait, you don't need to pay a deposit. I was like, even better. But I was like, you know what? The others don't need to know that.
Them. Yeah.
They don't need to know that. As far as they're aware, I've paid a deposit.
That's
so
not a white
less
lie, that's bullshit.
Well,
Little did he know, I Googled it.
and then Milan took her fast self to Google the restaurant, but she chose anyway to find out how much deposit I made.
And it was zero.
Sticky.
And then when
talking about back in the day, I got a picture of you, Sticky, from back in the day.
Yeah, we don't need to see that. And then when Milan got there, she's like, yeah, I got a reservation under the name Sticky Fingers. I was like, yeah, boom.
Move on.
Real.
Yeah, it was booked under Sticky Fingers, that's right.
Oh, Stick, do you know if you would have made me walk up to a fucking woman and say I got a table booked under Sticky Fingers?
I would have just like,
no, I didn't. I said to her, can I see her clipboard? And I went down and I said, that one. She went, Sticky Fingers. I was like, yeah.
Oh, he got no style. Like, anyway, Milan. This is for you, babes. This is for you.
Wait, James, wait. The worst of it was they phoned me as well. They're like, is that Sticky Fingers? I was like, who is this? Who's calling me? What do you want? It's a reservation.
You're such a fool, man. What's wrong with you?
That's when you know white guys, they catch up on you.
I was at work. I was thinking, who's calling me at this time? Normally, someone's calling me Sticky Fingers. It's usually after 7 o'clock. It's late at night. Talking about DJing or something. Not at 3 o'clock in the afternoon while I'm at work. Saying, is that Sticky Fingers? I'm like, yeah. Who's this? It's your reservation. I was like, oh yeah, how you doing?
Wow.
Sorry, Chiz.
No, don't say sorry to me. Say sorry to Milan, because as always, you're trying to take this time. All up in the video, all up in the conversation.
All up in the videos. And the thing is, that day, I keep telling you guys, that day, Mr. M was there. Now, if those of you know who Mr. M is, you know who Mr. M is. If you don't know, then you don't know, right? But Mr. M was there. If you saw the look that Milan gave Mr. M, I was like, oh my days, wow. The look.
But
the look.
No, minute. Wait, what?
The look. I was like, boy, what have I started here, boy? I tell you.
Wait until we go home.
But Chiz, she didn't even do it with a smile. She did it with like straight face, like. I was like, wow, boy. I was like, this is what's going on, yeah. Anyway, exactly, Mr. M, my guy. Chiz, ask Millie.
Ask Millie. What was I going to ask Millie? Millie, so what would you do, if you were dating a guy, everything was going so well, so smoothly, you were getting along really, really well, so much chemistry, you have the same things in common, it almost seemed perfect. Then one night you go to, you're going on a date night, your typical date night or whatever, and supposed to pick you up at 7 o'clock, and you don't hear anything from him. So then 8 o'clock comes and you're getting a little bit worried, you're thinking, okay, don't hear nothing from him. 9 o'clock comes, nothing. You've texted him, you tried to ring him, nothing at all. Few months goes by. You literally didn't hear from this guy. A few months goes by, and he gets in contact with you. After in the meantime, bear in mind, he's blocked you, but he's kept you on social media, but he's blocked your number. Then, a couple of months go by, he gets in touch and he says, look, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I ghosted you. It was basically my child's mum didn't like the fact that I was dating you, and she gave me an ultimatum. She said it's either my child or her, and I literally had to do what was best at the time. So, but now I'm coming back, and I understand what I did was wrong. I was thinking of my child. I didn't want to not see my child, but I really want to try and connect back with you because we had so much chemistry, and I really liked you. What would you do?
Okay, first of all, when you were saying the story, I'm picturing it all in my head. Cool, I'm dressed up. In my head, I was standing on the doorstep for a good 3 months. Like, Like, my nose is one. I've now got icicles. They've now defrosted. I've got a little bird in the hair. You know, like literally in my head, that's how the story went. I'm just there, like, you know, like in a movie, like a Disney movie, the time would pass and you're just still there and you just start to grow slightly older. That was me. Anyway, seriously. I'd want more than an explanation than that. My point. So some people be like, no, but Milan, it was for his kid. If we had that much of a connection, and if we were so cool, then why couldn't you just tell me that your baby mum, like, this goes back to, I mean, it's not well, I don't know, it could be a lie, but it goes back to the little white lie thing, as in, you know, I'm tangent, I'll come back, as in, you should have just said, because then I could have dealt with the situation there. Either I wait around, and I decide to wait around, and, you know, every now and then we might have to text, because I'm like doing like 5 different sentences. I'm like a tree right now. How did your baby mum know that me and you was talking? Because what, was you supposed to have your daughter on that day and you cancelled to go on a date with me? That I think is wrong. Don't ever do that. Don't ever put your kid above anybody else. Man, woman, fish, fly, I don't know. Oh, sorry, there was 2 F's there. Sorry. Anyway, I'm getting like, I'm so sorry, guys. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, don't cancel your kid for, like, me. I would, like, never tell anyone to do that, period. So how does your baby mum know? Do you know what I mean? Like, what, she went through your phone? For her to be able to go through your, like, phone, you lot are closer than whatever it is that you told me about, like, you and her. Do you know what I mean? So these are all
so many
questions
questions
that I have to answer, because, like I said, I've stood on my doorstep for 3 months. I'm all now with a stick. My phone's still in my hand. Do you know what I mean? And now you're coming out of the blue like, oh, but it was because my baby mum. Like, for me, if it's true, then obviously once I answer those questions, we move on from it and whatever. But to me, that's just a whack excuse. Like, that's an excuse that you know is going to pull at my heartstrings for me to be like, and probably I won't even question you, because at the end of the day, you know, we've all got the baby father, the baby mum. That is a bit, I mean, some people don't. Some people will be sitting there like, no, but me and my baby father get on. Okay, cool. Then I'm not talking about you. Do you get it? There's going to be something, but my baby mum's cool. Okay, I'm not talking about you. But there are people out there with the baby father or the baby mum that is a psycho like that. And then you do have to cut people off. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know, coming from that, I probably wouldn't ask questions, because I'll probably be like, I get it. Do you know what I mean? I get it. I understand. Cool. And let's try to move on. But it would always probably like niggle at the back of my mind, like, but really? Because now, if say I'm with you now and I'm not hearing you mention your baby mum, not like in a jealous, like not me being jealous, but if your baby mum has that much of a influence on something, then, you know, surely she should be popping up in, not that we're talking, like, I don't know how to explain it, not that we're talking about your baby mum, but, you know, she should be popping up in a conversation then, like, oh, the other day fucking Tracy told me I couldn't do this, and do you know what I mean? Like, but if I'm not hearing your baby mum, then what you've all of a sudden, after like 3 months leaving me on the doorstep, you've now just cut her off, and she's okay with that? Because a couple of months ago she wasn't okay with that. So what happened for you to now be able to have cut her off and she's cool with you, like, reaching back out to me? Are you even seeing your child anymore? Was there even a child
Don't
there?
You think there's way too many problems from that first instance? Fucking bye, see ya.
Way too many. That's what I mean. Too many red flags, isn't it?
They would never have got back into my inbox, because they just would have been blocked, like, from the disrespect. Like, you don't get whatever fucking excuse. I like to call these ones zombies, because they ghost you, but then they come back from the dead. So, yeah, I've had enough experience with people like this, and they just give you all the lie excuses, whether they got kids or not. Honestly, it's just, it ain't. I have done it many times, not worth it. Just block and move on with your life. There are plenty of fish in the sea.
I've ghosted people. It is bad. It's fucking terrible. Like, felt awful sometimes. I'm like, oh, it's bad. But sometimes you got to, innit? It's like,
I'm just like, there's no need to, like, be getting back in contact with me again.
Especially when there was no specific reason at that time, you just disappeared. That's weird.
Yeah. It's not like you'd had like a disagreement and you just aired them, literally just to fall off the face of the earth.
To me, I clearly feel that person, he must have been in some kind of relationship still with his child's mother. He must have been.
Yeah.
That to happen.
Like, I know, like we said, baby, like there can be females that are like that with their kids, but then that guy should be like, I'm going to go through court so that I can make sure that I am entitled to see my child regardless of what I do with my life, if that makes sense. But it doesn't always work that way.
No, it makes sense. So guys, look, we've got just under 10 minutes left to go, and we've still got to do our final topic, right? Which is, should the next Spider-Man be black? And that's how we're going to do, right? I'm going to go around, because we've got less than 10 minutes to go. I'm going to go to you one by one. Yes, no, and why. So I'm going to start with the lovely Cher, a.k.a. Erica Badu, a.k.a. Jill Scott, a.k.a. Nina Simone.
Manifest with every lesson learned.
There we go. Cher, should the next Spider-Man be black? Yes, no, and why?
Yes.
God, yeah.
I don't need no reason. He just should be black because we never had a black Spider-Man. Why not? Mix it up a bit.
But why do we need one? Why does it need to be?
So then we can change the name to Melanin Man.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Melanin Man.
Kay.
She black. The president is black. She black too. Sorry.
Oh my God. Kay. Should the next Spider-Man be black? Yes, no, and why or why not?
No, and that's not because I am racist. It's because
awkward.
I'm a massive fan of Marvel. Like, I love Marvel, and I just don't think that there's need to change. It's like, should we make Black Panther a white person then? Not like, I don't feel that there needs to be inclusivity for the sake of inclusivity. Write more black characters. Make more cool black superheroes. Spider-Man is a white dude. He is a white straight dude. They've already tried to mess around with his colour and the storylines. There was like a whole load of emails about it about 6 years ago. And Stan Lee, like the dude who made Spider-Man, and was like, look, I would have no problem with it at all. But he was created as a white straight guy. Like, I'll just go and write another character. I'll make a new superhero. But like, it's yeah, for me, no. Like, Spider-Man is a geeky white teenager. Like, I just don't think it would work. But I know I'm going to be outspoken in that, but just make cool black superheroes. Like, there should be more representation.
There was Miles Morales, and they made him so conventionally from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
and he spoke with a proper ghetto thing. It's just a bit like cliche, making black and making ghetto.
Inclusivity is so important, but it shouldn't have to be done in a sense of, oh, well, we'll just take that character and we'll make him black instead. It's like, no, how about you write some really fucking cool roles instead, rather than just doing like a half-ass, like, oh, okay, we're just going to make Spider-Man a black person now. It just really doesn't sit authentically to me. Just write cool new characters.
Argue with that. Millie, Miss Manam, Millie Rock. I only need to know a yes and no and a why. So should the next Spider-Man be a black character? Yes, no, and why?
No, I think he should just stay being white. Again, same as Kaylee, because I like Marvel. I'm not going to watch Spider-Man because he's a white man. Like, obviously at the moment, I'm not watching Spider-Man because he's white. I'm watching Spider-Man because I like Spider-Man. I'm not then going to be like, oh my God, there's a black Spider-Man, I need to go and watch Spider-Man. I'm going to watch it because it's Spider-Man. Plus, I mean, if Spider-Man was black, it'll probably just be, you know, in everybody's beds because he's a black Spider-Man. Do you get me? You'd be like, hey, but no, I'm joking. No, but Spider-Man should keep him white, and like Katie said, like, just make black characters. It's like when everyone was like James Bond and all that. No, just keep them as they are. Why do we need to change it? It doesn't matter. Like, just leave it fucking hell, do you think I'm bothered? I'm still going to go watch James Bond. I don't really care who it is. Do you know what I mean? It could be a bloody Asian man for all I care. It could be a guy with a turban. I don't give a shit. I'm still going to watch it. It's James Bond. Thank you.
Fair enough. Carl, should next
No, just leave it as it fucking is. Just leave it as it is. I agree with everything. If there's going to be a new character, make a new character. Like, stop being woke wankers. People just need to shut the fuck up. It's these young fuckwits. They just need to shut up. End off. They're assholes.
This message here says, had a Black Spider-Man cartoon recently. It was really good.
Yeah,
I think I've seen that as well.
Actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name Miles. His name's Miles in it.
Miles Morales.
I'm like Miles,
Yeah.
isn't he? Right, still.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be nice for black boys to look at Spider-Man and like actually they'll have a representation there. Do you know what I mean?
They have. They got
Superheroes.
Black Panther, Black Adam.
But some boys might not like that kind of thing. They might like specifically Spider-Man, so they might not be able to look at Spider-Man and be
That's
like,
what I kind of
"Oh,
love.
that kind of looks like me."
Yeah, like I
You know what I
love
mean?
about Spider-Man is the fact that like anyone could be in that costume. Like
Yeah.
it really could be anyone. So like any child can dress up as Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I just feel when he's doing all his little idiot things and everyone's blaming Spider-Man, make him stay a little white teenage boy, innit? Because then at least the black boys ain't getting blamed for the bullshit, innit? Like,
it makes sense that he's like a nerdy white kid. It makes sense because of the way that the character's written.
I just really think, like, see, for me, right? So when Milan touched on something, she said about the James Bond thing, innit? Like, obviously, Idris Elba, they're saying his word of him being the next James Bond. No, bruv. Like, no. I don't like Idris Elba anyway, yeah? But no. Just James Bond is a white man. Like, don't change that. Create more black characters. Create more, like, more representation that, like, even with, like, Disney princesses, innit? When they made Tiana, had to make her so she was poor and all kinds of shit, innit? Because and then like why not make there are successful like black people out there? Why not make a successful character? It's
something new and big.
Yeah, I feel like when they do create black characters, there's always some foolishness behind it. Do you get me? So
yeah, there's like a dig, like I'll
there's
make a
always
black
some
character.
bullshit. So I get like vexed. Like see with the Annie thing, yeah, when they tried that shit, they pulled that stunt with the Annie. Annie's always been white and ginger, and they made a black Annie. No.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I was cringing when I was watching it.
My niece proper loved Annie as well, and she was like, "There's somebody that actually looks like me." So that's the kind of thing that touches me when the kids look at it and they're like, "Somebody actually looks like me." Do you know what I mean? Rather than
let me some messages.
There's no more.
Oh, let me some messages. All right. So DJ Empress says they will most probably change the theme song to Digga D.
That's when they just make us look stupid, man.
Heavenly Healing Waters, I love that name actually, by the way. Heavenly Healing Waters says, as a kid, I wanted to see a Disney princess that looked like me. So when they made Ariel black, I was really happy. I don't know who Ariel is. Again, I haven't watched this Disney princess.
Really? Are you having a laugh?
All I remember is the guy from the crab, you know, under the sea.
Sebastian.
So that's the one, him. Yeah, that's what I remember about it. But yeah,
like I don't understand. Like as much as that's nice, like I didn't understand why they did that either. Because Ariel is a ginger white girl. Like that's the character in this. Is it Danish?
Create characters that are a representation, like because we know that once upon they've been white. Do you get me? It's like you need to create characters. Why can't they? I don't understand why they don't create positive black characters or positive characters of color. That's my beef with it. I don't understand it. It's quite weird. It's like they replace the white character as being black, but why can't they just create? Like, I don't get it. Same way they created the white character, create the black characters, innit? Put that same energy into it.
Even in a lot of just like normal movies, you know, like even black directors and stuff, when they make movies of black people, it's maybe because they're making movies of what they know, but it's still the poor single mum and you know what I mean? Like,
there's no positive.
It's just like stereotype that like basically if your skin is not white that you are not going to do well in life. And it's
When in
not the
fact
case
we
at
do.
all.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely. Heavenly Healing Water says, yeah, I get what you mean. True, DJ Empress is clapping. Guys, it's almost a time. It's almost an hour. Actually, it is coming up to an hour. So, first of all, I've got to say thank you all for getting interactive, joining in. Clearly, we don't know if there should be a Black Spider-Man or not. Some say yes, some say no. And apparently, my name's Winston. So, don't forget, we are back next week, Wednesday, from 9 o'clock with more topics, more Ask Millies. We might even do Ask Auntie Carl again, because we've got to do Ask Auntie Carl as well. If you don't know who Auntie Carl is, it's Carl, but we call him Auntie Carl sometimes. So yeah, that's that really. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and all the good stuff, right? Tell a friend, tell a friend. So, until next week, guys. We'll see you then, right? Next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock.
Bye, guys.
See you then.
Don't know who I was